Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. So we're back at the main menu because not only does this game have a weird issue when you Alt-Tab that it unpauses the game, it also has a pretty common issue that I have, which is if you leave games running too long, so if you fall asleep with the game Alt-Tabbed, a lot of times the audio is just messed up. No audio is playing. That might have something to do with having a Blue Yeti microphone and having the speakers go play through that. So we're going to continue, and we might be a little bit further behind than we were. I guess it's pretty obvious what the menu is now that we've seen the store, the first chapter that this place? She was hacking.
It was a factory. Back in the war they built mechs here. Huge ones.
And what are we doing here?
Looking for someone.
Who?
An old friend of my father. This is
So,
where he lives. I think he might be able to help us.
We found the father dead from...
This way.
It seemed like he shot himself after he had made safety in the war room. It would have been nicer if he was bleeding out of a gut wound, and therefore it wasn't him committing suicide as much as that he crawled in wounded and was actually killed by the slavers. That way you can just direct any hate that Tripp has onto the slavers and not have any conflicting emotion about your father potentially killing himself and not having faith that you would return. Particularly when you consider that Tripp seems like she's only been missing for a few days. I mean, maybe they were on that ship for a lot longer. Who knows?
You've got to watch out for the water here. It's poisonous from mech fuel.
Wonder if my cloud will work.
So, this friend of your father's, how's he gonna help us?
To find Pyramid, we're gonna need to follow one of the slave ships. And I think there's only one way to do that.
He has a flying vessel?
Yes. It's how he would transport salvage to us. I just have to persuade him to let us use it.
See, and we're about 2/3 done with the story, and we're gonna introduce a major character right now, which seems a little strange.
Let's keep going.
You know, I was thinking about it, and I think not only is this game just kind of committed to the Journey to the West idea, because they couldn't think of anything better. I suspect, since Heavenly Sword was set before this, they were going to try to do their own retelling of all 4 of the Chinese great novels. And they made 2. And then they got hired to make the remake of DMC, and then Team Ninja, of course, we're gonna stood to make a lot more money remaking DMC than continuing with 2 other new properties. So I imagine Heavenly Sword is like some loosely based on the romance of the 3 Kingdoms, or some other story like that. I don't know all 4 of the Chinese great novels.
Let's go.
I imagine they're great because some king or prince wrote them, and people were ordered to make them great. Beware of Hog. Interesting.
Max, wait here.
I'll scan. One of them. No, wait. There's 2.
There's no way forwards from here.
There is. We're actually on a path he made for people to visit him at the factory. I've been here a couple times. Flip that switch up there.
So, yeah, I imagine the issue in particular of why this wouldn't have ever worked is just making 4 slightly Chinese themed games in a row is very derivative. I suppose also a lot of the gameplay programming mechanics and all were taken from what they had done on Heavenly Sword. But that being said, I think the story is better in Heavenly Sword. But maybe the gameplay is a little bit more varied in this. This is more of an adventure game and not a... Let's see. So there's an achievement for doing that, hitting something with a stun and then hitting something with a blast.
Okay.
I looked over all the achievements. There's achievements for getting these tech orbs, is what they're called in the achievement list.
Flip that switch.
She already said that, but okay, just in case you forgot. There's an achievement for beating each chapter on hard, which might be easier than it seems, because if you play it on normal and then get all the upgrades and then play it on hard, you might be fine. There also is an achievement for beating it on easy, but I suspect you might get both achievements if you just beat it on normal. Well, I'm not sure if I'll ever get around to checking that. I don't like to exit out games just to come back and report back whether a Steam achievement unlocked or not. And I certainly don't like the Steam overlay interfering with it. Inherently, I guess that's the problem with achievements to begin with, is that it's taken my mind away from just focusing on the game and instead focusing on being an OCD collector. And so you have this fear that if I go too far, she's going to kill me. They kind of have the struggle here to even have two places where yeah, it was a little bit of a struggle to even have two places where you could use the cloud, with the exception of using it to chase after the dogs. Not the smoothest of a transitions between cloud and attacking. And I assume I can't just fall in the lake and die, but I also wouldn't want to risk it, because if I did risk it, then I would have to come back and collect more of these. Where are we? Interesting. Interesting little glitch there. Alright, let's try to hit the switch and be more consistent. But I kind of want all these things too. This is a perfect example of not doing a good job of bug testing your game, and how one bug can easily end up destroying the experience of gameplay. See, I think this is where I was supposed to be. And there's... And these rocks are the exact place I don't want to be, because that's what just accidentally flung me in the air. Which clearly there's a... They programmed a way for you to die if you touch this swamp water. They very possibly have got some invisible walls. Wait a minute. Is there a climb section to any of this? I guess I have to go that direction. Alright. Am I gonna end up fighting the same guys again? Let's collect this. It does seem like there's something to climb here. Oh, I better be careful here. Let's roll out of the way first of all. I'm about to die. I'm just running. Just run for my life. That's a new way to play this game. Having to run for your life. Seems like these guys are also kind of capable of walking in the oil. And see, I'd like to go next to her and see if I could refill my life some more. These guys are moving everywhere. So nothing seems like it stops them. So I'm just gonna hope that this platform and flipping a switch is good enough to maybe lock us into a checkpoint. There we go.
If I remember right, I need a boat to get through the tunnels. That's where I think we'll find it.
Let's see.
Let's keep going.
Wow. So I had to basically use her EMP burst as an excuse to weaken these enemies. Interesting. She really doesn't have any life, so I guess maybe if her EMP was damaged and then she got attacked again, she might die. But I
think
don't
it's
know.
through here.
Didn't see any masks or anything. This is an early Unreal Engine game, and you can see some consistency in games like that.
Pig stuff.
I think that'll make sense when you meet him.
And the music, how will that make sense?
Now that, I can't tell you.
Now, when we meet this character, there's going to be some major evidence that at some point this game may have been considered as being the continuation of Beyond Good and Evil. But there's probably a long list of companies that may have done work on or been inquired to make pitches for Beyond Good and Evil 2, considering it's been in development for years and still hasn't finished.
Let me scan.
Beyond Good and Evil is a beloved series by one of the persons who is high up in Sony, and so while it was a project that almost certainly would have been canceled otherwise,
See if you can lower
it's not going to be canceled ever because of that, because one of the management at Sony has it as their pet project. Let's see if we could... No, I'm gonna actually wait to upgrade. There is an achievement for using the yell system against every type of enemy, I believe. So it wants me to... Let's see. Oh, well, I can't do anything other than hit that with the stun beams right now. And that seems like that's the only thing I could do anyway, so... Now the animation had to do some extra work there to make sure I didn't float over the edge. Come on. Alright. I've got 6 shots, which that should help. Wow. You can almost completely sneak up on these guys. Got any enemies we need to kill? Well, geez, I guess I could have just snuck up here, gotten the gun, and used it. Apparently from this angle I can't hit it. So if we drop down the gun this way... Can I jump down? Yes. Did the gun land on the ground? No.
Good. Now help me across.
Now help me across. She is really helpless as a character, and I think just storytelling wise I would prefer that they had leaned into it and not tried to make her like this look like she's physically capable in any way, because she really isn't physically capable to do anything. Like this would have been incredibly groundbreaking to do something like this, but if they had made her like missing a leg, an arm, or something where she could I guess you couldn't get rid of both legs, but you could probably get rid of an arm and then just reinforce that. Or you could make her incredibly young too, or even incredibly old. Like she can't even pull herself up.
Yeah. Let's get to the boat.
But then she has this body model of basically the exact same body model as the character in Heavenly Sword who was swinging around a giant sword and killing thousands of enemies and defeated like the worst of the warlords in the land. And she, the character in Heavenly Sword, also survived like a massive attack that killed the rest of her clan. So I think I've got everything here. So let's see what we can upgrade while we're doing this. Health. I need 7250 to get to second region. And I want to try that just to see if maybe this region only refills your health to a certain point. Other things I could do would be plasma blast going through enemies, not really worth it. Increasing the amount of damage by 4 per plasma blast might actually be worth it, but then the ammo increase is an issue there. And then we wanted to just finish out that. So now we have all of our shield unlocked. There was an achievement for doing all that. And now we have all of our combat unlocked, so there probably is an achievement for that. And if we keep going, I think at the very least before we end the game, we could get all of the health unlocked. I'm kind of standing around waiting for her.
Let's go before more mechs turn up. I'll drive. You man the gun.
This game actually uses Bink Video, which is kind of amazing because usually Bink Video looks awful.
The gun has a light attachment.
I missed it.
Got it.
Usually Bink Video looks pretty poorly compared to modern games.
Music and pigs. This friend of your father's seems a bit weird.
They're going in a weird direction.
Most of his life. Usually makes people pretty weird and eccentric.
My guess,
As well as being resourceful and strong individuals.
Sure.
I kind of wonder if
Like this.
they're introducing this pig
doesn't feel
theme
right.
because there is a pig character in Journey to the West.
Get ready on that gun.
I did say earlier that an underground area would be
Max, on the right! On the right!
would be interesting, so they're kind of doing that.
Max coming in on the left! That's it! That's it! Keep it up!
So we've got another sort of vehicle mission where
Up there! Up there!
up. Where are they shooting from? It's easier to find them if you just wait till they shoot at you. And I assume I'm getting the tech bullets. I'll get those all at the end of the mission. I could swear I missed one. It's back behind there. Well, let's just move forward.
What the hell's happened?
The engine's cut out!
Well, fix it!
I'm trying!
Blue eye of that. The gun is pretty strong, so. This is a on-rail shooter section. Not terrible. It keeps the platforming from getting a little boring, but it is worth mentioning that they kind of front-loaded all the platforming, and we've got a health bar that we're running out of health. I just realized there were at least 4 levels earlier on that were platforming based only, and with very little in between it. And now we haven't had a proper platforming section in a while. It feels like a different team was in charge of this set of levels. I'm about to die. But either I made it or the game is starting over. Wow, it didn't even have a death animation. My health is back to maximum. I did die, and there was no animation to it.
What the hell's happened?
The engine's cut out!
Well, fix it!
I'm trying!
And there's certainly some ways to turn here that are going to be slower than others.
Oh, more up ahead!
Tramp, hurry up!
And I've barely had just a
Go!
tiny 1/8 of my life taken out that time. But I'm certainly not killing everything. Now the game feels a little herky-jerky, like on the camera.
They're everywhere!
Is there anybody back here? See, I'm really more playing this for the second run through.
Now get to the controls at the the other end.
Yeah, I could certainly have used some platforming in this section of gameplay to have this section, this on-rail shooting element, break something up. And flying around with the cloud and all that, which I can't do right now, is not really adding anything new to the experience. It just kind of seemed like it had to be in there. Easily you could have just had the cloud sections been cutscenes and not had to program that element. Anyways, it's been another 30 minutes, so that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a